There comes a point in life when silence speaks louder than words. Strange gazes, shifting energy in a room, and subtle resistance from others are no longer coincidental. These are confirmations. You've faced storms that should have broken you. You've overcome betrayals that would have destroyed anybody else. And now, without even trying, they see something in you. They don't know what it is, but they can feel it. People are drawn to you. Some are repulsed, but they all sense it. You're not like other people. You are the chosen one. It is not by chance that you stumbled upon this video. Divine timing has brought it to your attention for a reason. The chosen are never given confirmation by comfort, but rather through conflict, pressure, and spiritual opposition. If you're viewing this and something deep inside you is stirring, this is your sign. Subscribe to this channel today to receive more powerful messages like this one. And if this communication arrived just when you needed it, type 1111 in the comment section below. That number unlocks a portal of supernatural benefits reserved just for you. Let's get started. 1. People instinctively respect or fear you without knowing why you enter a room, and the entire mood transforms imperceptibly. It isn't loud or blatant, yet it's unmistakable. Conversations halt, eyes look sideways, and even the most confident people change their tone or posture in your presence. Some people appear to grow more self-aware around you. Others may become embarrassed, stumbling over their remarks, straining too hard to impose themselves, or laughing their discomfort away. It isn't because you said or did something special. It's due to the intangible aura you project. This presence is not due to worldly accomplishments, titles, or material power. It is the result of your spiritual signature, which is the type of energy that does not yell but compels attention. Your soul has passed through several lifetimes. Your eyes convey silent facts. Your quiet is more powerful than most people's remarks. It's an old authority that cannot be explained by logic or psychology. People feel it, even if they don't comprehend it. What people are actually reacting to is your alignment. You walk in accordance with divine timing, cosmic justice, and greater knowledge. That resonance produces a magnetic force that causes people to lean in with reverence or recede in pain. Your presence is threatening to individuals who live truthfully because it reveals what they are attempting not to be. You are a beacon for people who are in touch with their spirits. This contradictory response is part of your calling. Divinely respected by those who can see and feared by those who continue to hide from themselves. You are not merely a person. You are a reminder. That reminder also encourages people to address aspects of themselves that they have long avoided. People project on you because you reflect their spirit. You frequently become the screen upon which people put their inner movies. People react to you emotionally, sometimes irrationally, attaching significance to acts or words that did not exist. They may accuse you of being distant when all you are doing is observing. Others feel you're overly intense when you're simply fully present. They may label you chilly, but in reality, you are just quiet in a society addicted to turmoil. Why is this happening? It's because your soul functions as a mirror. When others engage with you, they automatically see their own reflection, raw, unfiltered, and exposed. Most individuals are unprepared for that amount of honesty. It stirs something inside them, causing them to confront their inner selves. And this clash might result in either elevation or anger. You do not use masks, which causes discomfort for others who rely on them. You do not sugarcoat, and this makes liars anxious. Your sincerity undermines illusions. The chosen one frequently walks as a catalyst. You cause awakening merely by existing. That is why people will either cling to your presence as a spiritual lifeline or escape from it as if it were a fire. Your aura exudes honesty without asking for it. This is both a blessing and a hardship. It is not your responsibility to be palatable to everyone. It is your responsibility to be honest, even when your truth challenges the illusions that others have. 3 individuals approach you for advice, including strangers. You've probably had times that were unreal. A stranger sits alongside you, and within minutes they're spilling their entire story, including childhood traumas, relationships, worries, and dreams. It may occur at a bus stop, a retail aisle, a waiting area, or even online. These folks have no idea about your credentials, background, or ideas, but they sense something in you, something old, safe, and whispering. I see you, and I will not judge you. You're not simply a listener. You absorb. You hold space like a healer, instinctively understanding what to say and when to say nothing. You might be amazed at how many times you've unintentionally led others, not with spectacular counsel, but with unassuming presence. You are actually a receptacle for heavenly enlightenment. This does not mean that your life has been easy. In truth, the depth of your awareness stems from the depth of your pain. You needed to take a break to carry on mending. You had to be lost to understand how to assist others. You did not learn this from books. You learn it from conflicts that no one witnessed. That is why people trust you without understanding why. It's because your energy never lies, and your spirit, albeit silent, exudes the knowledge of someone who has traveled through hell and returned with a lamp. For individuals attempt to dull or control you. When a person bears divine light, the shadows surrounding them fear. You may have sensed this long before you realized your power. Others attempt to confine you. They mocked your aspirations, questioned your motivations, and downplayed your abilities. This wasn't a coincidence. It was spiritual warfare disguised. Manipulative individuals noticed your brightness early on, and their impulse was to stifle it. They intended to shape, manipulate, or twist you into something easier to manage. Envious individuals felt inadequate in comparison to your honesty. Therefore, they attempted to embarrass or criticize you. Narcissists feigned to love you in order to drain your vitality. Toxic individuals surrounded you not because you were weak, but because you were powerful. They knew what you were carrying, even if you didn't. But here is the reality. Nobody can shrink a soul that was born to grow. You were not put here to fit into someone's mold. You were assigned to break them. You were assigned to combat generational cycles, dismantle all falsehoods, and awaken people by your speech, presence, and walk. That's why attempts to cage you in are always unsuccessful. You were too big to be contained. Your spirit was assigned to shift rather than survive. And those who attempted to dim, you just made you brighter. 5 individuals approach you differently without a reasonable explanation. You've probably spent most of your life perplexed by how others react to you. Someone once adored you and spoke your praises. Then they disappear. You betray yourself or become cold. Teachers, friends, family, and employers. It has always been a trend. You either inspire intense loyalty or incomprehensible hate. There is rarely anything in between. This is not because you're doing something incorrectly. It is because you have been spiritually marked. You walk with an unseen authority that either resonates with someone's soul or tests their ego. You serve as a guidance for people who live truly. For those who cling to delusions, you pose a threat, and the responses you receive are not about you. They're about what you expose to others. Being the chosen one means operating at a frequency that the rest of the world cannot always understand. People may admire your enthusiasm, but they despise how it compels them to change. They may appreciate your strength while inwardly resenting the fact that you don't require their praise. They may want to be close to you, but they undermine the relationship because they are afraid to be seen so plainly. This spiritual resistance manifests as gossip, treachery, and rejection. But below it all, there's spiritual perplexity. The world has no idea what to do with a soul who lives in truth. They oscillate between religion and combat. 6 individuals are watching you in secret. You may seem invisible at times, but you are never completely unseen. People pay close attention to you. Some observe your life from the sidelines, discreetly collecting notes on how you live, overcome obstacles, and communicate. They will never compliment you, but they will discreetly copy your manner, phrases, and thinking. They may never comment on your articles, work, or presence openly, but they are listening and learning behind closed doors. Some do this out of admiration, while others are envious. In any case, your life is being examined. Why? Because this is a sermon. This is a map. You're alive proof that resilience is achievable. The heavenly alignment is genuine. That rising from the ashes is more than simply poetry. It is prophesy. That is why others are drawn to your trip, even if they are unable to rejoice aloud. This is why you must remain faithful, even when the audience does not applaud. Heaven is your witness. When you stand up, the invisible world applauds. When you pray, when you keep going, your existence teaches lessons to individuals who may never repay you. However, people are being transformed simply by observing how you carry your light in the dark. 7 individuals attempt to disparage you or label you incorrectly. You've probably been called names that don't belong to you. People criticize you of being arrogant, antisocial, odd, too quiet, too loud, too deep, or too rebellious. And you may have questioned yourself, wondering if you are the problem. But no, my dear, you are not the problem. You are the contrast. You are the truth in a world that is hooked to pretend. When people cannot comprehend you, they attempt to define you. When they cannot define you, they attempt to discard you. They do this because your energy disrupts the system they have created around their illusions. You do not fit within their boxes, and this upsets them. You don't play their games, which offends them. You do not comply to their conventions, which concerns them. So they try to cage your soul with labels, believing that by reducing you, they won't have to confront the enormity of your reality. 8. People realize that you have a larger objective, even when you don't express your purpose. People know that you are looking for something greater. They can sense it in how you move, speak, and suffer. You are not simply surviving. You are changing. You aren't merely here to live. You are here to take the lead. People may not comprehend your purpose, but they are aware of its existence and are haunted by it because they can sense the divine hand on your life. Every loss served as a learning opportunity. Every setback was a setup, and now you're becoming the version of yourself that God always intended. You do not need to show that you were picked. Your presence is proof. Your survival provides evidence. Your perseverance is a heavenly certification. People will see your light before you do, but it is your obligation to safeguard, nurture, and openly walk in it. This is the Selected Sea, a channel. This message discovered you in the dark, reminding you of who you are. You already know what to do. Type 1111 to declare your divine identity. Leave a remark right now. And don't forget to subscribe, because the world may not always recognize your value. However, this location was created specifically for chosen ones like yourself. Thank you for watching.